Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the show. I'm DSP, and this is the Level 1 podcast for Sunday, the 5th of November, 2023. I'm still getting over my cold. I've still got the drip. I've still got the congestion. Yuck, as you can hear, and I apologize for that. Still going to be getting over this likely, I would think, for probably like another week, because this is a really bad cold, and all these residual symptoms are probably going to be sticking around for a while. But I'm here, and it is Sunday, and it is React Day. For the first time in 2 weeks, we're doing a React show, although it's kind of weird because the React show we're doing today is the same exact React show that we were supposed to be doing last week. So it's going to have Halloween horror-themed stuff, because it was supposed to be the final week for that, before we got wrapped up in more holiday-themed stuff for the end of the year. So it is what it is. It should be a fun day regardless. Today's show, and again, I apologize, the drip is bad. The congestion is bad. I'm likely going to have to, take a little breaks, mute the mic to blow my nose and do things during today's content, and there's nothing I can really do about it because I'm still sick, okay? So, today's show, we have quite a few things to talk about. Today, we're going to get caught up on all the games I'm playing and let you know what I currently think about each one. Because at this point, it's time to play catch-up after having been out of the swing of things for like a week and now having played each one of them at least once over the course of the last couple of days that I've been back. In addition, the ADPOCALYPSE cometh. It is official. As of now, you can nominate advertisements for me to watch for the upcoming ADPOCALYPSE event. If you're here live in the chat, type !ADPOCALYPSE in the chat right now. But I'll talk a little bit about that because members and everyone else also will have different priorities and different places to post up and stuff like that. We'll talk about that in a little bit. I have a little bit of an update about my watching Invincible. So I'd like to talk a little bit about that. And some things coming that we're not going to start today, but are right on the horizon for this podcast, ideas we had about a month ago that now could come to fruition once we get back into the regular swing of things and get caught up on everything, okay? So, excuse me, good stuff. In fact, you know what? Let me blow my nose right now. This is annoying. And before someone tries to be wise and says, I don't understand, why doesn't Phil just take medication to medicate these symptoms? It doesn't work. All right, I have Postnasal Drip, and ever since I was a kid, I noticed when I started taking medications like other kids, it didn't work. Decongestants, what do they call it? Cough suppressants, expectorants, all those. They don't do anything because I constantly have drip going down the back of my throat from my sinus down into my throat. My sinus is always messed up and clogged, and my throat's always gunked up. And it doesn't matter what medicine I take, it still is there, and it doesn't do anything. I know because I, this week I bought a maximum strength decongestant off of Amazon just to see on a whim, because, you know, I hadn't taken this kind of medication in a long time. Like, maybe it's changed, maybe it's better. Did nothing. Popped a pill as if I did nothing at all. It has zero effect on me. So I just got to tough through it, and nothing I can do about it. Okay? All right. So, where do we begin? First of all, something I want to talk to you guys about. I just discovered it. I'm confused. I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. So, here's the deal. I have Xbox Game Pass. I've had Xbox Game Pass for over 2 years. I actually got it. Game Pass Ultimate, I should say. I got it way back in the summer of 2021 when I got my Xbox Series X. It was actually donated to me by a very generous fan because I wasn't able to get one at launch. And I wanted to play some of the games that were coming out during that late summer, early fall. And someone said, here, just, you know, I have an extra one sitting around. Have it. I was like, seriously? And since then, look at all the games we played on it. It's been an amazing, you know, help to all my content and streams. So again, once again, thank you to that person, that very generous person who donated it a couple years ago. So ever since I had Game Pass Ultimate, whenever you play a Game Pass game, every day they have these daily goals that they set on Game Pass. Boot up this particular game. Do this thing in a certain game. Stuff like that. And you earn what are called reward points for doing it. And as these reward points accumulate, you're supposed to be able to redeem them for valuable things. For example, months off of Game Pass, gift cards to buy games digitally, credits in games like Minecraft, Roblox, League of Legends, stuff like that, okay? And I've been accumulating my points now for 2.5 years. I currently have, according to the dashboard, 32,986 points, okay? Now, admittedly, I was trying to save it towards a $50 Xbox gift card, which costs 46,000 points. But knowing the rate at which these accumulate, how slowly it is, even if I play a Game Pass game a month, I might be in a whole other year or longer before I get it. And right now, especially with the fact that I just didn't work for a week, money is really tight right now, and I was going to buy Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 this week, and I'm going to get it on Xbox. So I was like, okay, you know, now's the perfect time. Why don't I redeem my points for Xbox credit? And that way I can put that towards Modern Warfare 3 and save a good chunk of money off the price tag of it. It would be a perfect time to do it, right? So I'm here. I'm actually in my rewards menu right now on my Xbox. And basically you go to it. And by the way, it should be clear. It says it's a beta program, which is hilarious because this program had launched years and years and years ago. Like many years, like 2.5 years ago, it's been running. So you could call it a beta as much as you want, but at some point, you have to say that it's actually real. It's not just a beta. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's really stupid that they act like it's a beta when it's been running for 2.5 years. Alright? So, I'm here in the menu. And here it is, it's $25 Xbox gift card, 23,000 points. Okay, I click on it. Okay, do you want to redeem your reward or set this as your goal? No, I want to redeem this as my reward. I want a $25 gift card so I can put it towards Call of Duty. Redeem reward. Okay, it pops up again. Confirm your reward, $25 Xbox gift card for 23,000 reward points. Confirm reward, yes please. Enjoy your reward. Order ID, blank. Receipt will be sent to, and then my email address, done. Blank. And I hit done. And it just kicks me right back. Oh, it didn't apply, it didn't work. So, it doesn't work. I've been saving points up for 2.5 years to put towards something. I finally saved it up. and I want to put it towards Call of Duty. I want to save 25 bucks off Call of Duty. I need to save 25 bucks off Call of Duty, frankly, right now. It would help a ton. And it doesn't work. It's stupid. Now, some people are like, well, try it on the website. It's on my Xbox. You understand? It's on my console. It's linked to the console. How would I even do it on the website? I don't know how to log in. They're going to ask, oh, what's your login ID and shit? I don't know. It's on my Xbox. That's the whole point, is that it's linked to my Xbox account on the Xbox. Why should I have to leave the console on which I use Game Pass Ultimate to access rewards for Game Pass Ultimate, right? That's like saying there's a reward program for McDonald's, but it doesn't work at McDonald's. So go across the street and walk into Burger King and ask them to redeem your rewards points for McDonald's. Right? Like, no. I'm on the fucking format right now where I want to use it. Why doesn't it work? So, it's pretty stupid, obviously. It's pretty frustrating because it should be something simple, and once again, it's just something that's getting more annoying. You know, Microsoft can't figure this out. This insane megala corporation can't figure out a simple points redemption program on their console. That's too complicated for them, apparently. You know, with their intense intellect. You know, Phil Spencer's a little too busy to get this working, I guess. So, anyway, yeah, it's very annoying, and I'm probably gonna have to mess around with this. Like, I guess, is it what's the website for Game Pass? Right? I don't fucking know what it is. Here, what if is it just Xbox.com? Is it GamePass.com? GamePass.com? Yeah, Xbox Game Pass. Okay. And it looks like I auto-signed in on my laptop, so that's good, right? So, how now? Where do I even go? Xbox Game Pass. I'm staring at it. Game Pass. Browse games, Game Pass Ultimate. Deals with Game Pass, Xbox Cloud. Nothing to do with the rewards program. Nothing. Rewards. My Xbox rewards. How it works. It says sign in. I am signed in, you fucking idiot. It's in the corner. It shows I'm signed in. Here it is. Okay. It shows my points. I want to redeem. Okay. New. Redeem a custom Amazon gift card. I mean, that's all well and good, and I probably could have easily used that. But I want to get the Xbox credit because I'm getting Call of Duty this week. So, there's actually way more. Wow. There's way more listed on the website than there is on the console. You could get a Burger King gift card, a Domino's gift card, a Target gift card, a Sephora gift card, Hulu, Walmart, NFL, REI Co-op. I don't know what the hell that is. Taco Bell. Grubhub, DoorDash, Uber Eats, Delta Flights. You can get a lot of different gift cards. Best Buy, Panera Bread, Home Depot, Chewy.com, which is pet stuff. Yeah, you can get a ton. Alright, so how do I just get Xbox credit? Like Xbox gift card. If I click on this. Okay, here we go. So let's say I want to get a $25 gift card. Okay, yes, it says 23,000 points for me. It says level 2 discount. I guess because I've been a member as long as I've had, they're giving me a discount, a level 2 discount, it says. Okay, whatever that means. Sure. So, I guess I'll try it. Let's see if this works on here now. Redeem reward. Okay, so, success. Confirm your reward. Almost there to redeem your reward. Select an option to get a verification code. What? But you have no phone number linked to your Microsoft account. Oh, you've got to be fucking kidding me. See what I mean? Oh, you don't have your phone number linked to your account yet, we have to do a text verification to send you what you already have earned and are owed. So now you have to go through a verification process in order to send you a text verification. This is fucking ridiculous. So now they're going to email me at a backup email to confirm the email is correct, to then confirm the phone number, to then send a text message to confirm that it's really me, and I got to send in the code from the text message. That'll confirm that it's me, and then maybe they'll give me my fucking credit. Microsoft, go fuck yourself. You're so ridiculous, and you're so fucking up your own ass. I earned the points, just fucking give them to me. No, I have to jump through hoops to do it. Alright, so now apparently I'm getting an email from Microsoft. Okay, here it is. So this is supposed to be a code now. Then I gotta put into here. This is ridiculous. Alright, I put the code in. I hit it. So now add phone number. So now I gotta put in my phone number. Okay. Next. It's loading. It's loading. I'm not even kidding you. It's fucking taking forever to load. This is ridiculous. What a piece of shit. Enter the code we just sent to your phone. My God. Okay. Here's the code they sent to my phone. So this is a double. That's 2 verifications I'm doing now. That's 2. Okay. So now that's in there. So I got to refresh this page. Okay. Send me a text message to this phone number. Send. To confirm that I want to redeem my points. Okay, here's the code. Here's a third code. So this is the third code I have to put in now to redeem my points. Code number 3. Alright. Complete my order. Your reward is on the way. We're adding this value to your Microsoft account. Your balance will be updated within 24 hours. You can check it here. We will send a confirmation email when the process has been completed. How many minutes did we just spend on that? That was about, I want to argue, that's about 15 minutes so far my day wasted to redeem my points. If it worked. If it worked. And one way that we can test it is now I can actually go into something as if I'm going to pre-order. Right? Oh, the points are missing from my dashboard. So if it didn't work, they robbed me of my points and did not give me the credit. Let's do Modern Warfare 3. Here it is. Show in the store. Yikes. Pre-order for $70. What an insane ripoff. So there it is. And if I were to hit pre-order. Yes, it now says I have a $25 account balance. And it'll split the difference between that and my other payment method. So, it did work. Hallelujah. It only took me what? The entire first segment of today's podcast to get Microsoft to give me what they already owed me. Alright. Well, I thank you guys for being patient as we went through that together today. That was very riveting, I'm sure, and very exciting stuff. But, you know, that's what you got to go through when you're a gamer in 2023. Unbelievable. So, alright. So, this is... Alright, I can delete all this crap now. Can you believe I had to do 3 different verifications? 3. In order to actually get my Microsoft points redeemed. That's pretty remarkable. That's Phil Spencer engineering right there. You know, the bro level engineering. Anyway, excuse me. So, excuse me. There you go. Lady Charisma says some bad apples used to game the system. They made it very hard to just do basic stuff now as a result. Oh yeah, is that true? Well, yeah, it's Phil Spencer Engineering, so it's at its finest. Tell, you know, the high big brain level stuff. All right, anyway, so that's done. We got a segment done. I got my points redeemed, and now I'm going to pre-order Call of Duty later this week, probably once I've streamed more and I have a little bit more cash on hand. I'm going to buy Call of Duty for Friday, and likely we'll do it as like Friday night's late stream, I'm thinking. You know, we'll probably do it as like a late night multiplayer stream of Call of Duty first one. It should be pretty fun. So, ooh, excuse me. Anyway, let's now get caught up on all the games I'm playing. Let's talk about each one, shall we? Let's start with Alan Wake 2. Alan Wake 2 is a game that came out a little over a week ago, and I think a lot of people were wondering if it was going to be good or not after a 13-year wait. Would it play more like Alan Wake 1? Would it have very big differences between 1 and 2? You know, would the plot line be 100% continuous from the first game? Or would it kind of reimagine itself because it's like maybe a soft reboot after 13 years? Here's the deal. Alan Wake 2 is a shockingly, surprisingly good game. Remedy, in the last 13 years, has done a lot of work. Not only did they make Alan Wake and its spin-off American Nightmare, plus several DLCs, what was it, like The Signal and The Writer, I think they were called, but also ventured out and did games such as Quantum Break and Control. And during those outings, even though, admittedly, I will say they have had big missteps along the way, they definitely have improved over time, and every game they push themselves a little bit more creatively towards some new stuff that makes it very unique and interesting. Excuse me. For example, with Quantum Break, they implemented full motion video, actual actors in cutscenes, right? Like as if you're watching a television show or a movie. And the level of quality in that is outstanding. It's super good, super well acted, because it's real actors that they hired for the roles and stuff. It's well done, and you know, cannot really say anything detrimental about the scenes. If anything, the problem with Quantum Break was the gameplay was insanely repetitive to the point where by the time you got halfway through the game, you'd already seen everything the game had to offer gameplay-wise, and it got kind of boring in that regard, right? But as a narrative, it was absolutely great. Then you got Control, where the game implemented a really unique gameplay style when it came to puzzles and exploration and secrets. The writing of Control was on par with a television show like Fringe or X-Files, and really gripped a big audience. And Control actually was their best, I think it was their best game to that date, that they had done pretty good sales. They even had like special editions released and everything as a result, because it did really well. But again, Control really seemed to me like a game where the narrative was the best part, and the gameplay ended up getting kind of boring halfway through. Particularly, there's no cover-based system in Control, yet it is a third-person action game. So because of that, it's annoying when you, near the second half of the game, you're facing really difficult enemies, and you really can't find ways to defend very well against it. It's more like dodging and pulling things in front of you with your psychic powers or whatever. But it's underwhelming, the gameplay, again. All right? Alan Wake 2, it seems like it's the best of both worlds, where they have refined the gameplay enough. Having two protagonists was super smart. Having Saga be an FBI agent rooted in reality, and Alan Wake being the writer stuck in the lake, rooted in this fantasy of the dark present. Having the two different gameplay styles where Saga is investigating murders and crimes and piecing together these evidence boards, while Alan is writing a story and adding different storyboards and plot lines that change the environment, make the gameplay elements feel completely different. And that's excellent. When you play as these different characters, you really do feel like you're almost playing two different games. And that's good, because once you have the ability to switch between the characters, and now you can keep it fresh. You can't get bored when anytime you're starting to feel like, all right, it's dragging on a bit, switch to the other character and play with them for a while, right? So I think that was done really, really well. The lighting is absolutely superb. The graphics, outstanding. This plot keeps you guessing at what's real, what's not. Plus, the really awesome tie-in with Control. Because if you've played Alan Wake 1, if you played its DLCs, and if you played Control, there are ridiculous amounts of crossover references in this game. So if you're a fan of this game studio, Remedy, this is like the culmination of everything they've ever done all in one game. If you're a newcomer who never played Alan Wake 1 or Control, I can definitely see you being a little bit lost. And if anything, maybe that's the major shortcoming of the game, is that it almost requires you to do research or be like a super fan of these games to fully get the big oomph factor of the game. But if you are, it's great. It's super good. So, the more I play, the more I'm enjoying, and the more I'm having a lot of fun with Alan Wake 2. Currently, I want to say we're like 17 hours into it, and reports are that if you go for a more completionist run, which essentially I kind of am trying to do, it's around 30 hours long. So we're more than halfway through it. And I can't imagine where they're going with the plot or where it's going to end, but I've got some theories. That's the cool thing about a game like this. If the plot's written so well, you have theories about what's really going on, and you can start to like make threads in your own head of where you think the plot is going or what's really going on in the plot, and you can make guesses about certain characters and things. It's pretty neat. I love games like that. They keep me excited. They keep me on the edge of my seat wanting to play more and see what's going to happen next in the story. In fact, today I'm not playing it, and I'm actually feeling like, oh, you know, like, man, I really wanted to keep going with it, and now I'm kind of disappointed that I'm not playing it today, because I feel like, man, I wanted to keep that momentum going with the story. Every day having a little bit more going, and, you know, we'll have a day away from it today, but that's life, right? We'll get back to it tomorrow. And by the way, we're playing it a lot this week, which we'll talk about in a minute when we get to the schedule. So, no problems there. But anyway, it's a really good game. If you liked Alan Wake 1, if you liked anything Remedy's done in the last decade, if you enjoyed Control particularly, it's a really good game. And I think people are really going to dig it if you're you know, we're on the fence about it or whatever. It's super good, okay? Spider-Man 2. Yeah, let's be honest. Spider-Man 2, they knocked it out of the park. Having two Spider-Men is exactly what this game needed. The number one complaint about Marvel's Spider-Man 1 was that after you get around halfway through, you kind of seen and done almost everything, and it gets a lot of samey, you know, swinging through the city. Oh, more random crimes to solve. Oh, more collectibles to get. Oh, random side quest popped up. Let's do that for an hour. Oh, back to the swinging through the city and back to doing that. But now that you have two characters and each of them play differently, and each of them have their own side plot lines and their own side mission structures to do, it makes the game feel more varied. The traversal, so ridiculously different from the first game. The first game, you felt like Spider-Man swinging through the city with all of its limitations. In this game, right from the get-go, you have all the traversal powers from the first game. Then you get the springboard, slingshot, wing gliders flying through the air like you're Superman. It's crazy, the amount of traversal they've added into the game to make it easy to get around New York City. And the fact that they expanded the map to double size is also awesome. The environments are so realistic and you know, in line with what you would find in a real urban city like New York City. The music's great. Writing so far is good. I don't really have any problems with it at all. Like, I really am enjoying the game, and some people have been asking me along the course of this playthrough, which at this point I want to say I'm around 15 hours in. 16 hours into Spider-Man 2, so I'm about the same pace with Alan Wake 2. People are asking me, do you now feel that Spider-Man 2 is the best superhero game ever made? Because previously, people would have agreed that it was probably the Batman Arkham series, and of course it's subjective which one's the best. A lot of people say Arkham City, some say, nah, Arkham Asylum's still the best. For me, I'm going to say this game is giving it a run for its money, for sure. It's definitely in competition. Whether or not, at the end of the day, you'll feel that Spider-Man 2 is the best superhero game or not is going to be probably dependent on a few factors. Number one, how much do you like the Spider-Man character or characters versus Batman? I mean, Batman is a more established, very adult character, correct? He's mature and everything. Spider-Man's meant to be immature, irreverent. He's a teenager, you know? Well, I guess Peter Parker in this game is not, but Miles Morales is. You know, with all the things that come with the teen angst plot lines and the high school and all of that. And, you know, how many times can you do that? You get done to death, right? But at the same time, it's a breath of fresh air. It's a little bit different from the Batman thing. You know, how true to the character is the game? Batman Arkham series definitely resonates with what you would see from a darker, grimmer Batman plotline, while I would say this Spider-Man 2, yeah, it's in line with the Spider-Man comics. So, you know, the way I see it is it's a great game. Excuse me. It's hard to really pinpoint things in the game that are super annoying. There's a few things, for example, I'm doing the Mysterio challenge stages, and all they are annoying combat challenges. They don't add anything to the game. They're just there as time fillers and a way to give you upgrade tokens, so you can do your upgrades to things like your outfits and your abilities. They don't add it. It's time killer. You don't even have to do it if you don't want, and they're very annoying. Yeah, they're pretty much the weakest part of the game so far is the Mysterio challenges, I would argue. But they're not awful. They add content to the game. They allow you to kind of use your Miles Morales powers to his utmost ability, which you probably didn't even have to do yet, right? So, there you go. So, I love the game. I'm looking forward to more tonight. Actually, that's the late stream tonight is Spider-Man 2, and I hope you'll join me for that, okay? The third game I'm playing right now is Super Mario Bros. Wonder. And of all the games I'm playing right now, obviously you could argue it's the less serious of the three, right? I'm 12 hours into it. It's a 2D platformer, excuse me, that plays as the style and spiritual successor of Super Mario Bros. 3, Super Mario World, and New Super Mario Bros. Okay? It's got new gameplay elements, many new power-ups, and new enemies and abilities. Every single world has introduced a new power-up, enemy, or ability that makes the game feel completely different. Every stage has a special wonder area that transforms the stage entirely into something wild and wacky that's unique and interesting that you have to adapt to and find a secret item in, okay? I love it. The graphics are outstanding. It really does feel and have the spirit of exploration and secrets that Super Mario Bros. 3 and Super Mario World did. I like that in each world you could preview a different world by finding a secret area. I like that there's a special world that links the worlds together through special exits and things like that. It really is really, really well done. But the thing is, and this is disappointing to me, I know as I get older, all right, I'm going to have a direct disconnect with a lot of my audience. I know that. And I feel like with Super Mario Bros. Wonder, okay, this is the game where I'm having a disconnect with my audience. Why? Well, let's see. I'm 41 years old. I grew up playing the classics on Atari 7800, NES, Super NES, Genesis. The Mario games were definitely some of those classics. Mario 1, Mario 2, which for me was Mario 2, but was actually called Doki Doki Panic in Japan. Mario 3, Mario World. These are platformers that I grew up playing when they were brand new games. I absolutely love them. In my heart, right down in here. These are games that are synonymous with gaming greatness, and they laid the groundwork for everything that was to come in the future, correct? So, to me, these have meaning, and these are fun and unique, and to this day, I told you guys, I could still pop in one of those games and play them and have a ton of fun enjoying them, right? The problem is, modern gamers aren't really in line with that level of experience, nor do they really care. A lot of people look at a game like Super Mario Bros. Wonder and say, wow, what a kiddie game. What a boring game. What an outdated game. I want web swinging with insane graphics and crazy explosions and all these effects. I want horror with gore and mystery and all of this, you know what I mean? I want Call of Duty where we're pulling out weapons and we're blowing each other up. I want Street Fighter with giant 400 hit combos and flashy moves and big things. And then they look at Mario Wonder and they're like, what the hell is that? Right? Like, why is Phil playing that? He's playing that again tonight? Oh, God. He's playing Mario? It's a kid's game, right? And it gets me. It does. It gets my goat because I love the classics. You guys know that. I don't play them that often. Very rarely would I go back and play a really old school game from my childhood, and this is why. You know, look at what happened when I played Chrono Trigger this summer. I loved it. There was a certain audience that loved it, but most of my mainstream viewers stayed away. We'll come back when Phil's playing more new games again, right? But when you play a game like Mario Wonder, it's a throwback. It's 100% meant to be a throwback to the days of yesteryear. It's trying to put a modern spin on it, but it definitely plays like a classic Mario game. And quite honestly, this has happened every single time that I play a Mario game in the last 10 years. It doesn't matter what Mario game it is. Anything with Mario in the name, it's like, stay away. it's like a kid's game. We're not going to watch Phil play it, and we're not going to come by. We're, got low engagement, low support. We got to stay away from those playthroughs, right? It's weird. Mario Odyssey was my favorite game of 2017, and for the whole second half of that playthrough, I was like pulling teeth trying to get people to come to the streams and watch me play it. And the game was outstanding, It really was. So, this is essentially what's going on with Mario Wonder. I'm 12 hours in. We're just about, we did beat World 4 last night. Now we're into World 5. And every time I play it, there's more challenge, more fun, more innovation, more new secrets and cool, unique gameplay mechanics. And the game is well done. It's definitely got, wonder is the right name for it. It's got that spirit of wonder and exploration and trying new things and trying to be different and interesting, right? I'm happy that that's the case, right? That's what they went for. Rather than, like, the new Super Mario Brothers games for, what are they, for 3DS and Wii and Wii U, they're just fucking way too easy, and they're just not that interesting. They're fun to play every once in a while casually, but they're just not in line with what you would expect. They're meant to be more like casualized kiddie games you play with your brothers and sisters or something. You know what I mean? You go over your cousin's house on a holiday and you play it together. It's not like a serious Mario game. This definitely feels like they were trying again, which is great to see that they went back and tried to put a lot more effort into it after having those other outings. But basically, I'm getting, like, no attention on this playthrough. When I play it, it's harder to get people to show up. The half the people watching are literally watching, I'm not kidding you, as hate watchers, because they notice that whenever I play this game, I get almost no contributions whatsoever. By far, the Mario Wonder streams have the lowest amount of any kind of contributions. Last night, I think we had a few super chats and like $10 of tips or something like that. That was it for the whole stream. Now, it's not because the game sucks. It's not because my gameplay sucks, my commentary sucks. It's just because people have this issue. My viewers have an issue with Mario. I don't get it. I think Mario's great, right? But it is what it is. I don't care about that. For me, I'm here to be a variety player, a variety gamer. I do this because I love it. I have passion for it. I don't do it because everything has to print money. You understand? If I was into everything printing money, every day would be about a sponsorship, a partnership, a new game where I'm getting paid to play it, and all this crap, and I don't do any of that. I literally am the antithesis of that. I don't even run ads when I go to take a shit. You understand? That's because that's not who I am, okay? So, it's frustrating because I know there's the disconnect between me and my audience. I wish more of my audience would watch. Oh, by the way, views-wise as well, Mario by far getting way less attention, even in the on-demand viewership, than the other playthroughs that I'm doing right now, all right? But understand, I'm not giving up on it. We're in World 5. There's 6 full worlds, and then the final castle, and then there is the special world. So we still got a ways to go. I'd argue 2-3 more streams probably before we beat it. So probably it'll end up being just under a 20-hour playthrough. I'm going to keep going. And yes, I'm going to continue on with my 100% run. I've gotten every coin, every flag, every secret seed, all of it. Everything so far I've obtained in the game. And it's my intention to do that with the entirety of the game. So we'll keep that rolling and we'll see what happens. But I've really enjoyed it. I can't wait for more. Yes, there's more coming this week. If you don't like the game, sorry. It would be nice if people would give it a chance. But the thing is, I'm far past trying to convince my audience what's good and what's not, because people just don't listen to me. I could tell them blue in the face about how much that game is good and you should give it a chance, but this is the equivalent of when I did the Summer of Retro 10 years ago, and I was playing classics just like this, and I was trying to convince people to check out the classics. They were so good, and my audience then rallied against me. Oh, how dare you play these games rather than the ones that we demand you play. You should be playing Grand Theft Auto and Call of Duty and all these hot new games. Why are you playing the old ones? We don't want these. And I was like, how do you not understand that if you don't give attention to and respect the classics, you'll never get where the new games came from, nor can you have a full appreciation of them. But a lot of people don't care. They just don't. No attention span. And you know what you can do about that. So, I'm not going to argue about it anymore. Okay? I'm just going to play what I like. So, I'm going to keep playing Mario, and it's going to be in there. It's going to be night streams only. It's not going to be day streams, but I'm going to keep it in there over the next couple of weeks till we wrap it up. Okay? Cool. So that's what's going on with each respective playthrough. But there's other playthroughs coming up. All right, we've got Like a Dragon Gaiden coming out this Thursday. I won't be here because Thursday's my day off. But it's on Game Pass. It's going to release, and it is the bridging game between the events of the old Yakuza games before they rebranded to be called Like a Dragon and the modern Like a Dragon RPGs. We're going to find out what happened to Kazuma Kiryu behind the scenes during those years when he was out, basically almost like hiding his identity, hiding out and trying to not be found by the Yakuza anymore. So, that's what this game's about. And that one's coming. I am going to play that one. In addition, we got Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. Now, I'm well aware the campaign sucks. No surprise. I thought it would. And I told you guys I wasn't even interested in the campaign because people were like, oh, we pre-ordered the game. You could play it early. I don't give a fuck about playing the campaign of this game early. Who should? Right? Like, this game, originally I was going to skip it, and you guys convinced me to try the beta. So I played the beta, and I was like, wow, this is fun because it's essentially a throwback to Modern Warfare 2, the original Modern Warfare 2, not last year's abomination, but the original Modern Warfare 2 from, what was it, like 2009, 2010, 2009, right? It has all the same maps, just redesigned, and as I was playing the beta, I was doing well. I was starting to remember the maps from back in the day. I was kicking ass. I was constantly getting the Juggernaut perk and running through, slashing, murdering everyone with shotguns and smashing with the riot shield and everything. I was having a ton of fun, and people were like, wow, we did not expect you were going to like it this much. This is great. Get the game. So now I'm like getting it. I'm like, okay, this could be something for multiplayer variety for streams, and it has Warzone in it, which I have not played, but hopefully the Warzone would be pretty good. At least, you know, at least for a few sessions. I'm not saying that I'm going to get into Warzone so much that I'm going to be one of these people who just fucking plays it constantly like an idiot. I'm not going to do that. But I'll probably give it a shot, give it a go. See if I like it. The thing is, I liked Warzone in Modern Warfare 2 last year, and then they patched it and they ruined it. Like, they completely changed armor and everything and the drops, and it just made it atrociously bad to the point where it was all try-hard bullshit. You couldn't even casually play it. You had to, like, really try hard play it to get good. I was like, well, I'm not gonna fucking be a try hard at this. I don't give a fuck. I'm not fucking Dr. Disrespect who sits around playing this shit all day, and, you know, to a fucking pandering audience of idiots who just fucking love this kind of, oh, everything, oh, gunplay, explosion, shooty, oh, who gives a fuck, right? It's fun to fuck around with, but there's so many people who are just one-track minded idiots that they think that that's all that gaming is, and I'm not like that, and you guys know that, right? So I'm going to play it more casually and hopefully try to enjoy it and see if it's any good. And if it's not, all right, we'll play the multiplayer on and off, I'm sure, you know, and we'll go from there and see how it goes. But I think it's going to be fun variety. I do. I feel like having a first-person shooter in the stream variety is going to be great. And then a week after this Friday is the release of Super Mario RPG Remake, which is probably going to be outstanding. The graphics look great. You know, they added new gameplay elements, all kinds of new stuff. I know you guys want to see that. So we got to see how it goes. But by then, likely we'll have probably finished Alan Wake 2. We'll likely have also wrapped up Mario. And we might even likely have finished Spider-Man. So if we've wrapped up all three of those games and we're fully fledged into new games, we could be doing Like a Dragon Gaiden, Mario, Call of Duty, and maybe bring back Street Fighter 6. And now we got a good variety of stuff to balance between, you see. So there you go. That's what's going on. That's what I think of all of the gameplay and all the games that I'm currently playing right now. Okay? Okay, hold on. I gotta blow my nose again. Very good. Okay, so, schedule. Let's talk about the schedule so you guys know what to expect for the next week. all right? First of all, today, the clocks changed in the United States. Happy standard time, everybody, because our daylight saving time nonsense ended. All of our clocks went back to what they originally should have been. So today's stream started 1 hour later than usual, and that will continue. That all my streams will be 1 hour later than they had been for many, many months here, okay? So just so you know, yes, this will continue starting today all the way through March, and then in March is when we change our clocks again, okay? So today, we've got the React show returning, DSP versus the Internet, the show that should have been last week before I got sick. It's the final show of October, essentially. There's going to be horror and other things in it, and there's nothing you can do about it. So prepare your butts for horror one last time. It'll kind of be nice because we didn't have the proper send-off for October like we should have. We didn't get to do the Halloween marathon. So this will be a way for us to celebrate the end of October in a proper fashion and have some final horror moments and things together, I think. Should be pretty fun. So I hope that you will join me for that over on DSP Reacts, my sister channel, right after the stream ends. You'll see it'll pop up on the screen if you're here live. Hey, head over there and join us. If not, youtube.com/@DSP Reacts. And it'll be 3 hours of reacting. If you're a channel member, it'll be live right away after the show. You can watch it on demand. If you're not a channel member over there, then it'll be increments of like half-an-hour videos, a few a day. Okay? Cool. Tonight on the late stream, 6:45 p.m. Pacific time, SpiderMan II continues, all right, on the late stream. I hope you'll join me for that. Tomorrow, it'll be Alan Wake 2 on the daytime stream, and it'll be Super Mario Bros. Wonder on the late stream. On Tuesday, it'll be more Alan Wake 2 on the daytime stream, and it'll be Spider-Man 2 on the late stream. Wednesday is my final consecutive streaming day of the week. I'm leaving it open, and here's why. If we're near the end of Alan Wake 2, and it looks like we may even wrap it up, then we'll do it again as the daytime stream again. But perhaps you guys will be craving a little bit more something else. Maybe you want a little bit more Spider-Man for variety on a daytime stream instead. I'm okay with taking a day away from Alan Wake 2 and maybe doing Spider-Man and Mario or something like that on Wednesday. I want to play it by ear and see what you guys want by the end of the week. I feel like by the end of this streaming week, we'll be close to the end of multiple games, So let's see. Let's see how it goes, and we'll judge for ourselves on Wednesday, okay? So I'm off from streaming on Thursday. On Friday, what I would like to do, all right, is during the day stream, probably play Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3 as a multiplayer stream and just play multiplayer gameplay on launch day. So do like 3 hours of multiplayer, all right? And then that night stream would probably be one of our other games that we're getting close to trying to wrap up. And then Saturday, kind of the same thing, whether we want to do Warzone or we want to try the multiplayer again during the day. And then the night stream again will be a stream of one of the other games that we're trying to wrap up. Now you might say, but wait a minute, you said Like a Dragon Gaiden comes out on Thursday. Aren't you playing it? I am, but there is absolutely, positively, no reason whatsoever for me to start Like a Dragon Gaiden until we wrap up at least one or two of the other games I'm playing. Playing 5 games at once that are and 2 or 3 narrative-based will not work. All right? We have to either finish Alan Wake 2, Spider-Man 2, or both, and then I will start Like a Dragon Gaiden. All right? So it ain't going to be exactly on Friday. It's going to be once we wrap up some of these other games. But like I said, I feel like by the end of this streaming week, we'll be near the end of some of these games. So another stream or two, and we can wrap them up, and then we'll jump right into Like a Dragon Gaiden as one of the daytime main streams that we're juggling with other games. All right? Okay. Now, once again, yes, elephant in the room. But what about RoboCop? But what about the Lords of the Fallen? But what about bringing back Starfield? But what about bringing back Street Fighter 6? But what about blah, 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 blah? We will consider all of that when we get to it. We need to actually get to it. Do you understand? We have to get through what we're playing. We have to finish off the new releases. We have to do all this stuff. It's all possibilities. It is. It's all possibilities of things that we can do for late November into through December, January. We're going to have time to tackle other games. We are. But right now, there's absolutely, positively no reason for me to be committing to other new games at this point in time when I need to get through the games I'm already playing. You understand? So let's play it by ear. Let's be a little bit more relaxed about it. We will have opportunity for many other different games to add into the schedule later down the line this month. Okay? Now, the next big thing is, ladies and gentlemen, the return of a special event. It is an event where the skies and heavens open up and frogs rain down from up high. Locusts eating the crops, making it unviable to provide sustenance for the people of the earth. The seas boiling, fish being cooked alive in the middle of steaming hot waters. Okay? The ground opening up, lava erupting, murdering thousands, millions, sucking entire cities into the underbelly and underworld of the planet. And you may say, wow, this sounds like it's, some serious business. That's right, it is serious business, ladies and gentlemen. It is the return of the ADPOCALYPSE 2.0. Correct. It is time for the ADPOCALYPSE to be upon us, for it cometh for you. This month, on Friday, November 24th, Black Friday, all day long, I will be watching advertisements as submitted by you, the viewers. I'll be reacting to them all day long. And it's going to be a fun event of food, booze, and merriment. Last year I did this, and people swore it wouldn't work, and it ended up being the most successful marathon I did all year long. People were begging me to do it again right away because they liked it so much. So, we didn't get to do that, but we are going to be doing that this coming Black Friday, okay? It's going to be a marathon. There's going to be a meal I'm probably going to order and we'll eat during the course of the event, like we were supposed to do during the Halloween marathon. It didn't happen. If certain levels of contributions come in, I'll probably take a few shots and stuff during the stream, get a little loose for the ADPOCALYPSE. And as of now, you can nominate ads. All right? There's two ways to do so. If you are a common viewer, you can type !ADPOCALYPSE into the chat right now. That command will prompt a pop-up from Nightbot, in which case you could click on it and you could submit ads for the upcoming ADPOCALYPSE event. All right? Or if you're not in the chat right now, what you can actually do is just go right to the community tab of DSPGaming, and you'll find the thread there. I posted it up there last night. Now, the criteria are very simple. It's got to be advertisements that are readily available on YouTube, okay, to watch. They can't be adult-oriented. They can't be kid-oriented. They have to be flagged as such. If it says, oh, this is, adult content, can't watch it. Oh, just for kids, can't watch it. Can't have too much sexual content, can't have too much graphic stuff. We don't want the stream to get flagged and taken down because of that, okay? And it has to be older, meaning 1980s, 1990s, 2000s. It can't be a recent ad. If you submit newer ads, I can't watch them. Those campaigns that are from the last 10, 15 years are active, and you're going to end up getting those ads claimed and blocked on YouTube. They have to be older ads that no one cares about and no one's going to try to claim, all right? Now, we learned from last year's event a few things. Number one, what kind of ads work? Toy ads, old school product ads, holiday ads, even PSAs, public service announcements. Those are ads. Even though they're not really advertising a product, they're still ads, and they work, and they're fun to watch. Ads from all over the world, rather than just sticking to those from the United States, international ads a lot of the times work really well because you don't even know what the product is that they're advertising because you're not from your local country. And a lot of international ad campaigns are very different from what you would expect, okay? So there you go. However, there's a few things that don't work so well. Number one, anything with copywritten music. If it's got real music from a musician like Michael Jackson dancing around singing Billie Jean and stuff, it's gonna get blocked. All right, so that's out. That's number one. Number two, like I said, anything for the last 10, 15 years, that's gonna be a big major problem. We've got to leave that out. Number three, and this was one from last year. There's a lot of people on YouTube who've done these compilations. Oh, ad compilation, right? And that's fine, but there's people who'll go in there and they'll edit in a bunch of shit. Like, they'll edit their watermarks over it. You don't own the ads. You did a montage of ads that you yourself, took from other places, and you put a watermark over it like you own it. You don't. You don't own the ad. So, when they watermark shit like that, it's kind of fucked up and stupid that they did it. But the thing is, you don't want to have someone else's intro music. You don't want to have someone else's watermark on something you're reacting to. Get it? So, ideally, if we could find, you know, these ads running raw, or, you know, some asshole who's not trying to claim the ads like it's their content and putting their fucking ownership shit all over it, because that just causes a lot of claim issues on YouTube, where everyone tries to claim it. Now, oh, see, it's my watermarks. I claim everything with my watermark on it on YouTube. Well, you don't own the rights to the fucking ad. You're an asshole. But you try to claim everyone's video to make money after the fact, you see? So that did happen last year, for the record, where entire parts of my Adpocalypse got claimed by a third party who doesn't own the ad, but they claimed it anyway because they had a watermark on it. I don't want to fucking fight with people over rights to the videos, you know? So, those are the general criteria. If we have more issues in the next couple of weeks that pop up, I'll let you know. But in general, we got about 2.5 weeks to submit stuff. Please do. All right. Now, if you're a channel member, you're in luck. Members get priority. They have their own specific members-only thread that I created last night. So if you're a channel member of DSPGaming, or if you were thinking of becoming a member, maybe you've recently been gifted a membership, you get a big priority opportunity to actually post up your advertisements for the show. All right, so please do. How do you do it? Well, go to the members tab of this channel right now. On the main channel page, there's an actual members only tab, and I posted up the thread last night, and you can post it up there. The way it's going to work is we're going to watch the member submissions first. So members will get priority for this event, and then once we get through all of the member ad submissions, then we're going to head over and watch the generalized submissions. You see? So members will get priority. It's really cool. It behooves you to become a member this month. One of the cool perks you get of being a member of DSPGaming. Excuse me. Okay. There is no limit to how many you can nominate. If you want to sit there and nominate a ton, you can. But remember, it's my discretion what we watch. If one person nominated 700 ads, right, I'm not going to necessarily just sit there and watch all 700 ads from the one person. The way I'm going to set it up is very similar to the way that we've been setting up DSP versus the internet. We'll have playlists going, and we'll just hit play and watch them in order. And hopefully we could get them to maybe randomize, or I can randomize during the day or whatever, for variety purposes. Okay? Okay. Phew, excuse me. The event will exclusively be broadcast and uploaded to DSP Reacts. That is correct. It's reacting. It makes sense that reacting content goes on DSP Reacts. Okay? So it will be on the sister channel. But if you say, well, I don't understand, then why don't members over there get priority? Well, because the members over there join that channel to actually nominate the clips for the React show every week. They already have their perks, you see? To double up on perks on that channel doesn't make sense, because people are going to be excited on this channel every day, like talking about it and hyping it up on the podcast or whatever. So if you're a member here, you get priority with the ads. If you're a member over there, you get priority with the React show every week. There you go. Okay? Makes sense? All right, I hope this makes sense. I hope that you guys will get to nominating. I'm excited for that event for sure. Now, a few other odds and ends. Number one, last month we opened up a suggestions thread, which people posted dozens and dozens of suggestions. And we said the way it was going to work was starting this month on this show, we were going to go through people's suggestions and review them and address them. We're still going to do that. It's just that now we're way far behind, which I knew was going to happen when I got sick. It got me so far behind that we haven't even got to start on half the stuff we're supposed to do yet. Just yesterday, I got the patron stuff for the month, which sucked that it was so far behind. I haven't even made my list of bills and shit that I need to pay this month yet. I need to do that sometime today. And then I got to get to this stuff. So we will absolutely be going for suggestions soon. Hopefully within the next week on this show, we're going to open up that suggestions box and start reading suggestions and addressing them. Okay? So thank you for all your suggestions. All right? There will be opportunities to suggest more stuff. But right now, since we didn't even open up the suggestions from last month, I feel like maybe I shouldn't open up a new suggestions box yet until we get through the other one. You know what I mean? Okay. So there you go. And, excuse me. And, what else is going on? Ladies and gentlemen, I have finished watching Invincible Season 1. All 8 episodes on Amazon Prime Video. All right? I have a good amount of stuff to watch. Or, excuse me. I have a good amount of stuff to say about what I watched, is what I wanted to say. I'm going to be doing a video review of Invincible Season 1 this week, by the end of this week, over on DSP Reacts. Okay? And I apologize that I'm already kind of behind. I told you guys that I was going to do this and I was going to start watching Invincible Season 2 and reviewing it. What are you going to do, right? It's life. I'm behind on everything, okay? But I will be reviewing that either Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday night, and that'll go live on DSP Reacts. And then I'm hoping to start watching Season 2 and be able to review Season 2 all along, like a lot of people I'm sure will be doing on YouTube going forward. Now, aside of that, I don't know what else I should be doing this month for React content when it comes to movies, when it comes to shows. If you guys have any suggestions, I'm all ears. And what I think I will do is I will open a suggestions thread over on DSP Reacts. Probably not right now, but maybe once I get to actually, reviewing Invincible, I'll probably open a suggestions thread over there of what people can nominate. Like, for example, do you know any timely holiday specials, movies, things from this time of year, now that we're heading into the Black Friday, Thanksgiving, and then Christmas seasons? Anything you'd like to see me watch and maybe review? Are there any shows that I'm not aware of that are either coming out on Amazon Prime Video or Max or something like that that I'll have access to and I'll be able to watch and you'd like to see me watch, right? So I'd be very willing to listen to your suggestions and go from there, all right? So let's see what you guys have to say about that. But, yeah, I know I'm behind the 8 ball on this. I wanted to start right away with stuff in November, and already I'm behind by many days because of this stupid illness, but now I'm going to start to get caught up this week. Fair enough? So that's coming as well. So we got a lot of shit going on. We got multiple new releases going on here on the channel. We're preparing for the ADPOCALYPSE. Suggestion box stuff is coming. React stuff is coming. Everything is going on and coming. Everything's going and coming and going and coming. It can't control itself. For God's sakes, this is, get a hold of yourself. Okay? And I'm going to blow my nose. Hold on. Stop going and coming for a second. That was a robust blowing of the nose. Okay. So, I think I've covered all the topics I wanted to talk about today. No game news today. I looked into it. Didn't really see any stories I wanted to talk about or anything like that. So, normally this time would be said, let's do some shout-outs. We have absolutely no shout-outs whatsoever on the YouTube side of things. I'm going to be honest. I don't know what's been going on. Because the YouTube side of things, when I say YouTube side of things, I mean things like Super Chats, memberships, and gifted memberships. They have been slow. All right? Real slow. I hope that's not a pattern. All right? They're nothing. Usually I'd have things, nothing to shout out on that regard. There is a tip, and I'm going to shout out the tip right now, and thank you very much. I received a $30 tip from an anonymous tipper who says, thank you for the entertaining streams. You are welcome, anonymous tipper. I appreciate that very much. Let's get the $30 animation for you. A lot of people probably have forgotten what the $30 animation was because it's been a while since we used it. This month we have these more generalized animations, and then when we get to that Black Friday ADPOCALYPSE marathon, that's when I'm going to start using holiday animations, okay? So, thank you very much to the anonymous $30 tipper. I appreciate that very, very much. It's a good start. Cool. All right. And I think that's all we've got for now. I actually got the email that confirmed the gift card had come through and applied to my Xbox account. So that's good. That's definitely good. Because that'll definitely save me some money on Call of Duty. Any money I could save right now, the better. After not having worked almost an entire week and losing out on an entire marathon of support, yeah, it's definitely going to help. So, okay, so, guys, that's it. I have nothing else to shout out right now. So if you guys have questions, if you want to tag me in the chat, we'll do a little bit of Q&A. Oh my God, sunk it. Sunk the full court shot across my office into the trash can there with a tissue. Very nice. Okay. All right, Jade, I will see you tonight for Spider-Man. Sounds good. I know you're not here for the React show. Very nice. Have I ever played, will I ever play one of the Xenoblade Chronicles games? Chronicles, no. I played, or did I? I played one of the Xenoblade games back in the day on the Wii. I never finished it, though. Literally says, I saw your podcast yesterday. It is true. Amazon's customer service is made to be frustrating until you give up. Not just Amazon's. Everyone's. Every major company now, all of their customer service is set up that way. Like, my ISP is the same way. Anyone. You know, they purposely want to frustrate you so that you will go away and leave them alone and never come back. Just submit. My favorite Tillamook flavor of cheese? I wouldn't know. Tillamook cheese is pretty expensive. Out here, Tillamook is a local farm and dairy company, and it's known as, like, high-end out here. You can't get it nationwide. You can only get it in this region, Pacific Northwest. I rarely eat it. It's really good cheese, though. Like, their cheddar is super delicious and everything, but I don't think I've had enough of it to really tell you, oh, yeah, it's super good or anything, you know. Do I have an opinion on the live-action Gargoyle show? No. I don't know anything about it. I played the first Xenoblade back in 2011 or 10. Oh, I see. It was super long ago. Linuli says, because this is going to be ADPOCALYPSE 2.0, is there a chance we'll get Super Bowl 2.0? Perhaps. Yes. We'll see. You guys liked that event earlier this year in February, right? When I dressed up and looked like an asshole, and I was drinking beer all day, and we were doing silly stuff with the Super Bowl. I wouldn't be opposed to doing it again if you guys liked it that much. You have a video for me to react to. How do I send it to you? I don't know what that means. If it's for the ADPOCALYPSE, post it in the ADPOCALYPSE thread. Outside of that, the only other stuff I'm reacting to right now is for my weekly show, and you have to be a member on DSP Reacts to do that. That's it. So. No, you do not renominate ads from last year. We're not watching the same ads twice. No. Oh, let's see here. I think we had a glitch. Why does it say there's 2 super chats when it's only 1? Joe, thank you for the super chat. He says, longtime fan, you think you would ever go bald? I mean, I would probably only go bald if I really lost my hair so badly that it would make sense. But, I mean, the funny part about it is if you look at this is definitely where my hairline's the worst right here. And if you actually look at the time lapse the last 15 years that I've made content, it only has gone from like there to there. It's like not even half an inch. It is a little bit of a recession or receding, but it's not even like a lot. I almost feel like, you don't want to know where I've lost more hair? Back here in the back of the head, like upper back area. And I don't think I can really do about that besides get hair shit, right? If I really cared that much. So far, I've talked with my wife about it, and she's okay. You know, she doesn't dislike it, or anything like that. So if it ever got bad, I don't know what I would do. I don't know if I would go full bald. I was nervous. When I was young, I was nervous, and here's why. My uncle, his sons, are all bald. Some of his sons, so my cousins, were actually bald in their 20s. Pure bald, lost all their hair. So I was like, dude, I'm going to be bald, like, super early. And I guess I got my dad's side of the family when it came to hair, because my hair is good. My dad's hair is good, and my hair is good. So I guess I'm grateful in that regard. Thank goodness that I didn't lose all my hair. And it looks like I might be good for life. I mean, my hair's going to get very white. What you guys cannot see is I'm getting a lot of gray and white hairs right through here. You can't see it because the camera doesn't pick it up. But there's a lot of white hairs there. So probably within the next couple of years, see how my beard looks? That's how all my hair is going to look now. Or all around here on the sides, you're going to see all this gray and silver on the sides of my head, just like my beard. So expect that in the next few years. But outside of that, I'm probably just going to keep it as is. Unless we see a ginormous big reduction in the hairline even more, which hasn't been the pattern. Like I said, this has receded, but I think it's, when I started on YouTube, it was probably like right here. And now it's there. So it's only like half an inch, maybe an inch tops in. It's not that huge of a deal. I guess we'll see what happens. It's not a huge concern for me. Oh, let's see. Just a troll. Ignore the troll. Cool. Derek says his favorite ad from last year's ADPOCALYPSE was the Irish Spring ad. I forgot about that. Isn't that the one where there's a bar of soap and the woman looks and squirts her right in the face? She's like, oh, brrr! The Irish Spring like explodes in her face. Like, what the hell is this supposed to be? That was funny. Oni Hacks, I answer this every single time, every time someone asks a question. Oni Hacks says that he's going to be visiting Seattle area next year. Any suggestions? Waterfront, Pike Place Market, aquarium, seafood down there, a little pier walk, the Great Wheel, and there's a motion ride in there that's pretty nice. That kind of stuff. You can spend a whole day at Pike Place Market, going through the whole market, looking at all these cool shops and things, getting delicious seafood on the bay. And there's a ferry ride that goes around the bay there. That's really, really nice. And like I said, the Great Wheel is fun to go on. That kind of stuff. That I would recommend. Is it touristy? Yes. But it's not nearly as much of a tourist trap as Space Needle, downtown Seattle, or any of the museums. All those are like ultimate tourist trap stuff. So. The gum wall I've never been to, nor do I want to. Why would I want to go to a wall where people just stick disgusting gum on? That's all it is. There's nothing else there. It's a wall that everyone sticks their fucking gum on. It's fucking nasty. How that became a tourist attraction, I have no idea. Why not just do a shit wall where everyone just takes a handful of duty out of their ass and splatters it on a wall and call it the duty wall? It's the same premise. Like, what the fuck? Right? Shout out to Canadian Kirk, who just did a $5 tip. It says, take B12 vitamins for your hair. What do you think of Jeff Bezos moving from Seattle to Miami? I don't think of Jeff Bezos moving there. I don't give a fuck. I don't care. I don't care about any of that. You know? I don't care what Jeff Bezos does. I don't care if Jeff Bezos goes to the moon. I don't care if Jeff Bezos gets even more filthy rich. I don't care if he loses all his money. I don't care if he gets his head shoved up a fucking gorilla's ass. You know? I don't care if he actually becomes the real-life Lex Luthor and lives inside of a green emerald mech suit, flying around fighting Superman. I don't give a shit. It's his life. He can do whatever he wants. I don't stalk people. Alabrije says, would you live in a secluded small-town place like Bright Falls if you could and had good internet there? Yes, absolutely. And I would drink Oh Dear coffee all day, and I would dance around inside of a giant thermos stuffed animal mascot costume. That'd be my job. I'd be the mascot of town running through. Yes. What kind of toys did I have as a kid? I started with He-Man. I went on to Transformers. Then I went on to G.I. Joes. And then I went on to Ninja Turtles. There you go. Excuse me. Whew. How's my wife feeling today? She's doing all right. if I'm going timeline-wise versus my illness versus now hers, today should be the day by the end of the day she starts to feel more normal. She's still congested. She's still got the gunk. She's still got a slightly sore throat. But you could tell, like, you could see she was up and about more this morning, more energy, which is good. And hopefully by the end of today, like, if you remember, this would have been the equivalent of my Wednesday. And if you remember, at the end of Wednesdays when I finally did my big half-hour update video to tell you guys how I was feeling, because I was up to finally doing it. So hopefully she's feeling that well by the end of today. We'll see. Power Rangers was mid to late 2000s. No, I was not into Power Rangers when I was a kid. I was way too old for that. No, I did not see the new Ninja Turtles movie. Nope. Spawn Killer. Super chat. He says, did you have wrestling figurines? No, I did not. I never owned a single wrestling action figure. I was aware of them. I saw them in the stores. But I preferred superheroes or, like I said, like you know, Transformer stuff. Not that I didn't watch pro wrestling. I watched it with my dad. But I didn't own any, no toys or anything like that. Nope. 93 was the first Power Ranger season, so there you go. I was done. At that point, I was into collecting things more seriously. Like, I had Spawn action figures because they looked awesome. They looked like works of art, and I had them, like, on display in my room and shit. I didn't have them to play with. You know, by then I was already into competitive Street Fighter and stuff. I was playing in arcades and shit. What is the dumbest toy I ever owned? The dumbest toy? I don't know. I had to think about that. Usually, any toy that I owned is a toy I asked for. Like, I wasn't the kind of kid who was just gifted toys constantly. I only got toys for holidays. So if it was my birthday, Christmas, you know, those were the two big ones. And then if I had a good report card, sometimes my mom would give me a toy as a reward for having a good report card, stuff like that. So I didn't have a lot of toys that were like, oh, here's a stupid toy that someone just bought you didn't want. That never happened. It was always, my relatives would ask my mom, what does he want? And they would buy the toys specifically that I would want for the holiday, do you see? So there you go. Europe Gaming. Love and support. Get well soon. Thank you, Europe Gaming. 26 months of support as a member. Appreciate that. Never read Green Arrow. No. Any games I had as a kid that I regretted getting? Yes, because sadly back in the day, there was no way to tell what games were good or not. So, there was no reviews online. You know what I mean? You couldn't see footage of any game early. So you go to the store and you just have to kind of judge. And, you know, there were times, and by the way, games were expensive too, you know, so when you buy a video game, that's an investment. There was this one game that was called ADPOCALYPSE, and it looked cool. There was TV ads for it, and it was a shoot 'em up. And I thought it was going to be like a crazy, you know what I thought it was going to be like? Contra. It is nothing like Contra at all. It's just this weird ship flying around shooting weird deformed aliens and shit. It's not a good game. It's a pretty shitty game, even weird sound effects. And I remember buying it and having it and playing it at home, and I was like so disappointed. So I dropped a lot of money on it, and I wish that I hadn't bought it. You know, there's a few games like that over the years. And sometimes you're like, man, I don't know if the game's gonna pan out. Like, for example, Mega Man. I never played Mega Man before, and I bought Mega Man 2. And I played Mega Man 2, I was, oh my god. Like, this game is so good. Compared to anything else that I've played. It was so unique and interesting at the time. The soundtrack was so good and everything. Dude, Mega Man 2 is so outstanding. But it's so weird, because that's how it was back then. You would drop a good amount of money, and you'd either get a big win or a huge piece of shit. And you didn't know which it was going to be. I had the Simpsons game. The fucking Simpsons, Bart versus the Space Mutants. That game was terrible. That game was fucking atrociously bad. The controls sucked. The sound effects sucked. The graphics sucked. The gameplay sucked. It's just a piece of fucking... God, it's bad. It's so bad. Thank you to Europe Gaming, gifted a membership, and it went to Dentronics. Congratulations, Dentronics, on the gifted membership. I hope you enjoy it. Be sure to thank Europe Gaming, and Europe Gaming, thank you for supporting the channel this morning. Appreciate that. Yeah, and there was like 3 or 4 of those Simpsons games on the Nintendo as well. And I had only the one, just the Bart versus the Space Mutants. And that one was so bad, I never bought another one. I was like, nah, I'm not getting fooled again. No fucking way. Oh, you get to 2? Congratulations to Canadian Kirk. Canadian Kirk also got a gifted membership. Although Canadian Kirk, we know, could have afforded that himself. Canadian Kirk definitely could have re-upped his membership if he wanted to. So you better be grateful, Canadian Kirk. You better be. Any favorite shows I watched with my parents when I was a kid watching TV? No. Growing up, I absolutely hated my parents and never spoke with them. Spent no time with them at all. Of course. Zero time. No, of course. I watched a lot of Nick at Night with my mom. When I was a kid, I used to watch Fraggle Rock on HBO every week when it came out. Jim Henson's Fraggle Rock was really cool. And as I got older, you watch older things. Usually it was old sitcoms. The cartoons I watched by myself, my parents didn't like the cartoons, but they would watch sitcoms with me at night. All the TGIF stuff. You know, Perfect Strangers, Full House, Family Matters, Step by Step, stuff like that. See you later, Europe Gaming. Thank you so much for your support, man. Price is Right was something that I would watch during the day, obviously. You know, when I was home or whatever from school. If there was a reason, like if I was sick or whatever. No, I have not watched the new South Park movie. Oh boy. Bob Barker. People are saying Bob Barker, the GOAT, the legend. Bob Barker, the horrible pet mutilator. He always wanted to talk about cutting the genitals off your pets constantly. It's all he said. He was like, so, whoever can get closest with their bid without going over and cutting off 3 cat genitalias, spaying or neutering, will be the winner of today's game. For those who don't know what I'm talking about, it was infamous. At the end of every episode, he says, help control the pet population, get your pets spayed or neutered. He would say at the end of every single show. It was like his thing. His thing he always did. Yeah, I never saw. I think The Price is Right was almost always Bob Barker, right? Of course, then Drew Carey took over years later. But, yeah, I always saw it with Bob Barker. Yeah, exactly. Price is Right was always the perfect show when you're homesick or for whatever reason you're stuck at home during the daytime. You pop it on. You watch some Plinko. You watch those yodelers. Yo, 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 yo. Oh, yo, he's gonna stop. He's going to the top of the peak there. Oh, yo, 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 and flies right off. Or the punch game. You punch the holes. You open up the cards, and the card always said, "Fuck you, you lose." No one ever won the punch game. Right? Those are the best. That game was, I think that is really why The Price is Right excelled, because it's a variety show. Every time you watch it, they're doing different games, and your favorite games that'll recur, but because of the variety, it made it interesting. Every show was a little different. If it was the same exact shit every game, then it would have wore out its welcome. But it's pretty much the longest running game show, or one of the longest running game shows in history, because it's variety. It's not the same thing every show, right? You think I should be a game show host? I do very well as a game show host. I know I would. That would be my forte. To actually host a game show professionally, that is actually my true calling. There you go. For sure. I'll do it. I'll do it. Punch a Bunch was the name of that. I didn't even remember that. Punch a Bunch. I miss streams doing it. I could host during the day and stream at night. There you go. There you go. Yeah. It's interesting. At one point, they were talking a lot about doing internet-based game shows. Remember that? Remember when there was, like, game shows on Xbox Live and stuff? And you'd be able to join and play and stuff? And whatever happened to those? Because that was, like, this is the future. The future is interaction over the internet, and everything will be like that. And then, like, it never really came to fruition. Right? It's weird, because it was a big thing at one time that everyone talked about, like, you would have these internet game shows and things that would be more prominent. I mean, you even see, like, on the show Black Mirror, when they show that everything went internet-based. You know, even the reality shows are internet-based. The talent shows are internet-based. Everything's internet-based. And it never really happened. Huh. Hollywood Squares, yes, that was on all the time back in the day. He always had celebrity, you know, not really big celebrities, but it would have some TV celebrities and stuff on it, and it would be funny. I received a $25 tip from 1 Minute Man. Thank you very much, 1 Minute Man, for a $25 tip today. I appreciate that very much. Let's play the animation. And if people are wondering, gee, I wonder why 25. I don't know. It's just 25. I have no idea. No message with this one, just a tip. So, thank you very much, 1 Minute Man. That'll get us to $60 tips, which means as we start our React show, we'll have Gunner glasses already. Now, it would be great, honestly, if during the React show, if we get more support, because what I've noticed is usually all the support on Sundays for React shows comes in during this pre-stream, this podcast, and when the show starts, just like dries up. And I know for a fact what's going to happen is we're going to go over there because there was no show last week. I guarantee you the number of members over there is plummeted. Remember, we had over 100. I'd be shocked if we have over 100 members over there this week. Seriously. I bet it dipped big time because people are upset because we didn't do the show last week. There's nothing I can do about that. I was very sick. And only coming back full capacity this weekend, there wasn't enough time to do a second extra react show. So we did lose one. And I know some people may be upset with me. So I guess we're going to see in just a few minutes here when I set up over there how we're doing over there. But hopefully people will consider supporting the React channel, especially because we got the Invincible reviews coming up. We got the ADPOCALYPSE event coming up. There's all this stuff coming up. It'd be great to get some support over there today. Oh, man. Favorite Richard Pryor movie? The one that always comes to my mind is The Toy, because that was the one where it's still a kid's movie, but he was able to ad-lib a lot and to put in a lot of stuff that you could tell they probably didn't even write in the script. It's really well done in that regard. I love that movie. Okay. All right, guys. I think it's time for us to end the show. And I want to say thank you. Great podcast today. What I'm hoping is that now in the next couple of days, now that we've kind of caught up a bit here, maybe we can start doing the suggestion box. I need some time to actually like review it, but I think we'll probably get to it. And thank you for being patient. I'm sorry that everything got thrown off this last week because of my illness. I feel like now we're finally kind of getting caught up now and getting normalized again. And if you're here live on the stream, you're going to get sent over shortly to the React show. Hope you'll join me. If you're here on the channel watching on demand, I hope you liked the podcast. Hopefully tomorrow be able to speak about how the React show went. I don't know how it's going to go today, considering it's supposed to be the last of October's shows today. I guess we'll see. And thank you all, as always. I hope you're safe and have fun, and I will see you all tomorrow for another fun podcast.